Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jakub Pizoń, and together with Professor Jolanta Słoniec. Oh, I don't think I need. Do you hear me correctly? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, my name is Jakub Pizoń, and together with Professor Jolanta Słoniec, we did prepare research about the use of ICT within the wine industry. And the agenda of today's meeting is quite short, but the topic is quite broad. So this is the, let's say, the start findings out of the research. So first, I will tell you a little bit about the Industry 4.0. Probably you know the term, but it's growing topic as well. And then we will find what kind of consequences we can find within the wine industry, what kind of solution we can provide with the use of a new technology here. So what do we have? The Industry 4.0 is a consequence of many years of development within the production field. So we started with Industry 1.0, so it was a steam machine, right? Then we went to the electrical engines, so and specialization. So that is why Henry Ford did what he did with Ford Manufacturing Company. And then Industry 3.0, it was about computers, but the very let's say, PLM computers, so they were able only to steer not so complicated machines. And now we are finally at the 4.0, so it means that we can use very advanced techniques about storing data and about processing data. So on one side, we can gather the data from the different parts of the machines, from the different industries, and then we are able to get them together and analyze with the use of the new technologies like even artificial intelligence. So we are able now process it better, process it faster, so you can have the insight to the process that you monitor. So it is much more faster and more data we can analyze, so the better results we're gonna have. So this is about the Industry 4.0. We of course going right now with this topic further. Some people say that we will have soon Industry 5.0, even European Union is saying that. So we will probably see some new application, but still the base for all of those new technologies is gathering the data and then processing it. And this is what the Industry 4.0 giving it to us. This is already 10 years of experience, so more and more solutions I will see, we will have it. And Industry 4.0 can be applied to many different areas. And one of those this area is wine industry as well. So the first thing that we can actually use within wine industry is the mobile communication. And we can actually use technologies like picture recognizing to enhance what we can see within the winery. So if you have your mobile phone, you can go around, there is a GPS connected to your mobile phone, and they can tell you more about what you can see on the winery. Because if you are just a tourist, you don't know all of the specific knowledge about every single grape kind, every single, let's say, mountain type. And if you will go with your phone, then you have this possibility to simply get to better information faster. Right? So it's something that we know from the different shops, something that we know from many different industries, but here we can also use it within the field. The next thing is smart wineries. This is what I told you at the very beginning, because to be able to manage better, you need to be able to measure, right? So you need to have data. So the first thing, how to get the data out of the fields. And there is technology for that. Of course, there's Internet of Things, but it is adapted to the use of the agriculture. So you can even use cellular appliances at your home. So for example, you have your plant, and you put sensors about the humidity and temperature inside of them. And when it is okay, you get the info on your mobile phone that your plant is growing good, don't worry, it's going the way it's supposed to. But if there is a lack of water, you will get the info. And of course, we can do it at scale, because this is the scale what is most important. So this is not about one sensor, it's about millions of sensors that are within the fields and gathering data in real time. Of course, there are a lot of different technological problems, because you need to have batteries, you need to provide the current, but it is possible to do something like that. And you have real-time monitoring of your field. So that's another perspective to be applied. what's more Industry 4.0 can offer. So this enhancement with the augmented reality and IoT devices gives you this personalized tool. So now you can go, buy the track as you do, for example, a museum, right? You have your headphones, you go through the different artifacts, you have the information about it, and here we can have the same story. So we, for example, can take the tourism, give them the mobile application, and then see our wineries at your own time, at your own pace. So this is no rush. Like you have it, I don't know, 1 hour. You need to be here and then here, like hiking. No, you can do it at your free time, at the time that you like. And what's the next thing? Operational efficiency and production. In order to be able to manage, we need to measure, as we started this presentation. So the huge advantage is all of those sensors produce data. The data, as you know, as a researchers, this is the key component. So gathering the data is the hardest thing. It is cost money. So if we have those sensors, if we have the infrastructure around the fields, we can in real time monitor, look for some tendencies, look for some predictions. That's what's going to happen next month. If we're going to combine it with the weather forecast, the possibilities there are many and they are promising, right? Because you can predict from what's going to happen in a few days or tomorrow. Because even tomorrow, the prediction for tomorrow will be beneficial. If it's going to, I don't know, if it's going to be good weather and we, for example, have another day of the week, so how many, for example, tourists we will have probably. So we can, in that way, we can better organize operational efficiency because we will, for example, prepare more assets at this given time. So we are not surprised about what is happening, why we have so many people that day, right? So this is another beneficial application here. All right, now I'm clicking. Yeah. And this is what was even here today in the front of Porter and marketing. All of the possibilities to use the online sources to sell wines here are possible, and you can even give, because the wine is about story, right? So you can tell that this wine was produced here and that at that time. But if you're going to have the data out of the production, you can even tell your customer that it was growing within this period of time. And see, you have, let's say, the insight about the wine, even a bottle that you're buying right now. So you can say exactly how it was going weather. So that is why this is another marketing fact, maybe not so useful as an engineer. I cannot say that maybe it will be useful, but this is a great tool for building a story behind the wine, how it was produced, at what time, and of course, all of the sources of sale are available. And pandemic changed that a lot because people really started to buy a lot of more things through the internet, and the wine was one of them also. So if you can provide this digital identity and make nice marketing, you can sell more wines through that source as well. And since you can have those online sources, you can target your marketing better. So you know what your customers are. You can target it as you, for example, target posts out of the Facebook to a given market segment. You can provide, this is for those people, and that is why you can benefit, as we had during the first presentation, to whom you should sell at what age, who pays more, right? So that's another application. And simply, this is a matter of configuration. This is a matter how to combine the right technology at the right moment. For the wine industry as well as any other problem, this is what are the benefits of the Industry 4.0 are. And that's extremely interesting because wine tasting, right? This is another activity that this is strictly connected with the wine, and people like to have it. But if we will add some digital representation, we add some digital information about the wine which is consumed right now, because we have this identity and story behind it, because it was gathered with the data, even at the field, then the wine tasting might be, let's say, more interesting or even more entertaining, because you have the insight and you can combine those two words. The physical process of tasting and the story of the digital story of how it was produced, how it was done. And that enhances engagement, because it is, let's say, it needs to be interesting. It needs to be a little bit fun in the process. So that provides the fun. And sustainability, of course, because if we are able to manage, if we are able to measure the fields, we are able to provide the right care. We don't need to, we spend the amount of the resources which are needed. Not more, not less. So we have the specialized agriculture. So even, for example, with the use of the drone techniques, you will provide those sources to support the grapes at the given area, because you have the information that they needed that. And that's the resource efficiency over here. And what are the challenges? The challenges that we are having some practices for the traditional production. And of course, this Industry 4.0, it gives you a lot of opportunities, but you need to work on them. You need to make the right requirement that they really refer to the customer need. So it needs to be based to the, where the wineries are, to the wineries' needs, and this is also a challenge from the IT perspective as well. And the Vivino is an example that shows exactly how you can combine those powers of the new technologies like artificial intelligence, because you just scanning the bottle and you know everything about it. And you know also the opinions of other people, which are crucial sometimes when you are in the market and you know this wine or this wine. How should I know? I'm not the expert, right? So this is the place how you, if we're gonna support more data into that, we can go further with this kind of solution as well. And the conclusion, the integration of Industry 4.0 technologies can significantly enhance visitor experience, enabling wineries to tailor marketing strategies. And this is something a place to look for the innovation. This is a place to change the wine industry and to use this ICT technology.